My name is Roddy, the head teaching professional at Greensboro Country Club. In 2013, the average score for the amateur player is 106. In the last 13 years, the handicaps of our players are on the rise. How can that be? With all the technological advances that have been made, from agronomy to our golf courses, to programs from the PGA of America such as Tee It Forward, to our equipment such as our clubs, drivers, launch monitors. So what's the problem out there, people? Well, I think there's just way too much information. As teaching professionals, we have forgotten to teach our players how to play the game of golf. We're getting too technical with where their hands are at the top, where the club face is. I think that's why Sean Foley has created a great identity for himself, because he understands the most important aspect of the golf swing is done in the lower body. He understands that the weight transfer is probably the most critical area of any golf swing. When you look at Nicklaus, Snead, Tiger, Davis, Love, and other great players in the tour, they all have a common denominator, and it's how they use their lower body. They're all built differently, but they use their lower body in very similar ways. So I have 3 drills here that I'm going to show you today. One is using the plane finder, which you can find at a golfsmith store or online. Next is a water bottle, and then third is this red ball that I bought at Target. Now, to use this plane finder, what I'm going to have you do is just set up where the ball position is directly off of this blue rod. Move this a little bit more forward. And you want to make sure that the rod and this little flap, as you can see here, is in between your legs. And then we're going to make just a half swing. And I also want to make sure that I position my right thigh about a ½ inch just inside this blue rod here. As I make the move going back, it's just the feeling of a pendulum motion, or just moving the triangle of my arms going back. And then to start the downswing, as the club is going back, I want to feel as though the right part of my foot starts to push in. So basically I'm using the ball of the right toe, which triggers the right knee to push in to a stable but flexed left knee position. So this is what it should look like. You can see how I knocked the flap but didn't hit the ball. That's always going to keep my swing plane coming from the inside. I grew up in an era where I was taught that the first move of the downswing was to clear my left hip, and you can see how my knee is going to the other side of this pole or post, and that would create a spin out motion, which leads to inconsistent ball striking. Next, we'll go ahead and use the ball here. And basically I'm doing the same thing, but what I'm trying to do is I push off my right big toe, or the ball of my big toe. I'm squeezing the ball into my left thigh. So that's the motion I'm trying to make here with this drill. So go back. Start start the downswing there and really try to press this ball into your left leg. And probably my favorite drill to do. Like I mentioned, I was taught that to trigger the downswing, you had to clear out your left hip, which really led to a lot of thin shots, shots on the bottom of the club, and sometimes some toe shots. So what I want you to do is put the water bottle right off of the outside part of your right heel. And as you start down, again, it's very similar. As the club's going back, you want to push off of this inside part of your right big toe, and the foot should move away from the water bottle. Okay? So work on those 3 drills. On this last drill with the water bottle, if you're clearing out the hip, typically what happens is you'll knock down the water bottle. So make sure you don't knock over the water bottle. Use the plane finder. Use the red ball here, and it will greatly, and I mean greatly, improve your ball striking. So work on your transition the right way, and you'll see a big difference in your game, no matter what skill level you may be.